My name is Vivian Pickard, and I'm President and CEO of the Pickard Group. I retired from General Motors as the president of the General Motors Foundation, and I serve on a number of nonprofit boards and a one corporate board. And I am really enjoying my life, doing some semi-retirement kind of fun things like golfing and having a little bit of fun, but also keeping myself busy with volunteering with nonprofits, as well as doing some work with my company, the Pickard Group, and many of the boards that I serve on. Visible, authentic leadership, as far as I am concerned, and what it means to me is that I am being my authentic self, and that is bringing all of who I am to leadership, management, etc. And that is the fact that I am from Sturgis, Mississippi. I spent a lot of time in Flint, Michigan, and a lot of time in Detroit, Michigan. I am one of 10 children. I am number 4. All of that collectively is who I am. I grew up with a very strong mother, and I think that helps in terms of who I am and the strength that I bring to the table as a leader. My mother always taught me to be myself, to be ethical, and always be fair and do the right thing. And all of that incorporates into the person that I am. So being authentic means being my authentic self and bringing all that I am to the table. And very, very, very much a part of that is being an African-American female that has served in management at a very large corporation. And having to deal with a significant leadership that didn't look like me. So all of that is a part of who I am, and what I had to deal with as a leader in that environment. And I was blessed that I had a very enjoyable career with the company that I worked in, and I'm continuing to have a great career, and really, in terms of leading a company, the Pickard Group, and making a difference there as well. But again, for me, authentic leadership is bringing all of who I am to the table and being that person, not being Mary, not being Sue, not being Jane, but being Vivian and all of who I am. The advice that I would give to women who are interested in doing some of the work that I have done in my career is, number 1, be prepared, continue learning. You have to continue to reinvent yourself. The person that I was when I started out in my career and the learnings that I had when I started out in my career at 21, 22 is not the same person that I can be at 40 or 30. You have to continue reinventing yourself. You have to continue learning. You have to stay updated in terms of what's going on in your field. You have to read, you have to attend conferences, etc. Because with the way the world is moving, and as quickly as the world is moving right now, you will quickly become outdated. So you really do have to stay up to date in your field. Continue learning, continue learning, continue learning. And also, relationships are very important. As you're growing and building your career, then realize the importance of relationships. Business is built on relationships. And I think that the sooner you realize that, individuals realize that, the greater they are. You have to, of course, know your stuff, if you will. And be good at what you're doing, but you also have to be one to build relationships. I think that's very important in the world of business. I think the number one thing that women should do as we recover from the pandemic is really self-care. And that is especially mental, physical, etc. During this pandemic, I think a lot of us have realized that there are mental issues that we need to deal with, and we need to address those. There's been a lot of sadness, there's been a lot of death, and just being at home and not being able to socialize with people, that's an issue that we need to address. And I think we're all going through some pain by not being in a social environment, because I mean, that's a part of living and who we are as humans. We're attracted to social environment. We need environments. We need that socialization. And the fact that we have been we've been away from it for the last couple of years. So I think we all have to realize that we have challenges right now, and there are issues that we're all dealing with. And that is mental health, physical health, etc. So we need to just realize that we need to take care of our personal health first before we can really take care of the professional part of our life. So let's take care of ourselves mentally and physically, and then move to the professional component.